So we will start new topic, magnetic effect of current. Now, what do you mean by the magnet and how magnet works? So if magnet is freely suspended, it will show north and south direction. The magnetic needle is used to indicate the geometrical north or magnetic north and magnetic south direction, and the magnetic needle is always affected by magnet only. Now Oersted did an experiment. He took a wire, straight wire, and he put a magnetic needle here. When current was not flowing, then magnetic needle will show north south direction. This is the north direction and this is the south direction. So it will be rest in the north direction. This is the north pole of the magnetic needle and this is south pole. So when no current is flowing or there is no wire, then magnetic needle will only show the magnetic north pole and magnetic south pole. But if we take a conducting wire and this direction is south to north, we put the conducting wire. When the current passes from south to north direction, then we see that the magnetic needle which is below this wire, it will deflect towards west. So this is your north direction, this is south direction, this is west direction, and this is the east direction. So the magnetic needle or the north pole of the magnetic needle will be in this direction, and this direction is known as the north of west. So when the current passes from south to north, then the north pole will be deflected in this direction and this direction will be north of west direction. So we can show that by this snow. Snow means the current is from south to north and the wire is over the needle and the north pole will be moved towards the west. Now if we reverse the current direction, means if the current is flowing from south to north to south, if current is flowing from north to south, then the magnetic needle will show in opposite direction, means here north pole of this will be in this direction. This is their north, this is the east. So when we reverse the current, then the direction of north pole will be in northeast direction. Whereas when the current flows from south to north, then the needle will be in the north of west in direction. So what we infer it from this experiment? We infer from this experiment that when there is a current which is passing through this conductor, then the magnetic needle shows deflection. It means this conducting wire in which current is flowing, it will produce a magnetic field, and due to magnetic field, the magnetic needle shows the deflection. So we can say that when the current passes through a conductor, magnetic field is produced around it. It shows that the magnetic field magnetic field is produced due to the current. If no current is passing through it, then the magnetic needle will show not round, it will be not deflected. And when the current passes through, then the magnetic needle shows the deflection. The condition will be just reverse. If we put this needle upper side to the door, then the results will be reverse. Here put it here, then the action will be in reverse direction. So we can say that when the current is passing through a conductor, then magnetic field is produced due to the flow of current, and this effect is known as the magnetic effect of the current. Now this experiment, now if we increase the current, if we increase the value of current, then deflection will be increased. Less current is flowing, less deflection will be of the needle. If more current is flowing, more deflection will be there. Second experiment here that if we increase the distance between the wire and magnetic needle, then the deflection will decrease. Larger is the distance, lesser will be deflection. So we can say theta will increase if I will increase, and theta will decrease if we decrease the d means distance between needle, then the theta will increase. So the Oersted experiment shows that we can have a relation between a current and magnetism. So by the Oersted theory, we say that there is a relation between magnetic field and electrical field. So here we have shown that when we pass the current through a conductor, magnetic field is produced. Now reverse is also possible. If we change the magnetic field, if we rotate the magnet, then electricity will be produced. So we can say that electricity and magnetism are interrelated, or they are magnetic. When current flows, magnetic field is produced. When the magnetic field is changing, current will be. So we can say the electricity and magnetism are interrelated. They are not separate ones. Before this experiment, magnetism was different branch and electricity was different branch. But after the Oersted experiment, it was clear and supported that the electrical current can produce the magnetic field. And then Faraday, which will read later, he showed that if the magnet is rotating, then rotating magnet will produce the electric current. So electricity and magnetism, they are interrelated. We can convert magnetic field to electrical energy, and if we electrical energy, electricity, we can produce the magnetic field. Now what is the magnetic field? Magnetic field, we write that magnetic field intensity as B, it's a vector quantity. Now we see that in the case of the charges, the charge, suppose you have a positive charge, we can have a negative charge. Then positive charge and negative charge, they are monopolar. Means we can either have positive charge, we can have either negative charge. So the electrical charge, positive charge or negative, they are monopolar charges. And if we put the monopolar charge on a charge Q in the electrical field, then the force on the charge will be equal to Q into E. The direction of force will be in the direction of E. But in the case of magnetism, the magnet is not monopolar. It means there are two poles. One is the north pole and another is the south pole. There are two poles. There is in the charges there are positive charge and negative charge. Positive charge and negative charge can be separated, but here north pole and south pole of the magnet cannot be separated. If we cut the magnet in two parts, suppose this is the one magnet, it is N and S. I cut in two parts, then it will be N, S, N, N, S. So both part will be magnet and both will have the north pole and south pole. So we cannot separate north pole and south pole. So if the charge is in the magnetic field, then this relation for the force on the charge will not be this. It will be not simple like this, but the force will be on the charge will be equal to Q into V cross V. V is the velocity of the charged particle, V is the magnetic field, then force will be equal to Q multiplied by the cross product of V and cross V. It means the direction of the force on the charge will be in the perpendicular to the plane containing V cross V. And here it's a cross product, so right hand screw rule will be applicable to give the direction of force. So the direction of force will not be in the plane of V and B, but it will be always perpendicular to the plane. Whereas in the case of electrical field, force is in the direction of E. Now here force is perpendicular to the direction of E and B. Suppose the charge is moving this direction with the velocity V, and magnetic field is downward upward direction, then the force will be in this direction. So the force will be at 90 degree to the velocity. So when force is at 90 degree, no work is in, means the velocity of this particle will not change when it move in the magnetic field, which is perpendicular to the V. Now this force will be equal to 0. When it will be 0? If V is equal to 0, then it will be equal to 0. So we can write force is equal to QVB sin theta. Cross product V cross V is equal to VB sin theta. Theta is the angle between V and B. So if velocity is 0, then force will be equal to 0. Means if the particle, charged particle is stationary, then there will be no force. Second, the force will be 0 if theta is equal to 0. Sin 0 is equal to 0. Means there will be no force in the direction of velocity. Means if V is equal to 0, it will be equal to 0. If theta is equal to 0, again force will be equal to 0. Force will be maximum when theta is equal to 90. When theta is equal to 90, then force will be equal to QB sin 90. Then it will be equal to QVB sin 90 is 1. So force will be equal to QVB. So maximum force will be when the V and B are perpendicular to each another, and in that case the particle will execute a simple, will produce a circular motion. Its velocity will not change and it will be a circular motion. So the velocity, then the motion will be, and this will be the radius will be the constant. So the velocity, magnitude of velocity will change because direction is changing. So we can say the speed of the particle will remain same, radius of the path will be same. So there will be a circular motion when we apply the velocity. Magnetic field is outward from the board, and the path will be circular one. Unit of magnetic field. Now here we see that when the force will be maximum when theta is equal to 90, so F will be equal to BQB, so P will be equal to F bata QB. The unit of force is Newton, Q is equal to Coulomb, and V meter per second. So Coulomb per second is current. So the unit of magnetic field will be Newton bata ampere into meter. Now we also know that the magnetic field is equal to magnetic flux per unit area. So magnetic flux per unit area is Weber divided by meter square. The unit of magnetic flux is Weber and area is equal to meter square. So it is equal to Weber per meter square. So here Weber per meter square is also known as the Tesla or Newton bata ampere into meter. This is also known as. So Tesla is the unit, SI unit of magnetic field. Now we can define it if Q is equal to 1 coulomb. Here Q is equal to your 1 coulomb. Velocity is 1 meter per second. Then B will be equal to F maximum. B will be equal to F maximum. And B is maximum to the maximum force expressed by the 1 coulomb charge moving with velocity 1 meter per second and perpendicular to the magnetic field B. So we can find it. Now what will be the dimension? Dimension of B. Now you can say it is a Newton divided by Coulomb meter or Newton bata ampere into meter. So the force is MLT minus 2 divided by A and M is L. LL will cancel. So it will be equal to M L ka power 0 T square minus 2 and A minus 1. So this is the dimension of magnetic field. Now electrical field and magnetic field both are vector quantities. So the direction of E will be in the direction of force will be there as E, whereas direction of force is perpendicular to the B. Now how to represent that? Give the direction of magnetic field. Now if the conductor is a carrying conductor is a straight conductor, suppose this is the straight conductor. So we can give the right hand thumb rule. Right hand thumb rule means suppose this is the right hand and this is the thumb. If the thumb gives the direction of current, then the magnetic field will be the curvature of fingers. Similarly, we can say here also if here the thumb shows the direction of current, finger shows the direction of point, then the palm perpendicular to the palm will be 4. So the magnetic field here will be in this direction. Magnetic field it will be downward. So downward fold is written by cross. Cross means perpendicular both inward. And if we get this side, then it will be outward. So we can represent it by dot. Means here the magnetic field is inside the board. Here the magnetic field outside the board. Same we can say. So it is good only to have either right hand thumb rule or right hand palm to indicate. Now if it is not a conductor is not a straight line, the current is not passing in the straight line current, and the current is in the form of ring. Suppose this is a ring and this current is passing, and current is here, the current is anti-clockwise. Current is going anti-clockwise. So now here also we can give the direction of B by the right hand thumb rule. Now if the curvature of fingers shows the direction of the current, then thumb will give the direction of magnetic field. So here magnetic field will be upward. So it will be upward. So we will like this. Now if the current is flowing in the clockwise direction, here is the clockwise direction. So in this clockwise direction, what will be there? The direction of magnetic field will be downward. So we can say B will be in the cross direction. Here B will be. Now here also see, suppose this is the circular ring in which current is passing. Here the current is passing, it is clockwise. And here it is passing anti-clockwise. So we can write S. S is, we give the arrow here like this. Then this arrow will be give the direction of the current. Then if from this side, this will be represented this south pole. If current is passing anti-clockwise, then it will represent the north pole. Direction of L will be anti-clockwise. Direction of S will be clockwise. So if the current flowing in the circular ring, which is the current is clockwise, then that face will appear as a south pole. And if the current passing through the circular coil, which is in the anti-clockwise, then this portion, this side will be north pole. Suppose this is the north pole, then opposite will be south pole. If this is the north pole, so when it will be north pole? If we see from here, it will be north pole when the current from, if we see from here, then current is passing in the anti-clockwise direction. Then it will north pole. But if we see from this side, if you write this, then you will see that current is flowing. If you look it from this side, then current will be in the clockwise direction and it will appear as pole. So this side, if you see from this side, it will be north pole. If you see from this side, so we cannot separate north pole and south pole for this coil.